Hey YouTubes, Farmall 51 here. Alright, you're looking at the 34-F30 McCormick Deering moldboard plow. 3-bottom, fast hitch. This here is a, like I say, 3-bottom. I think it's 14s. I think it's 14s, yeah, 14-inch bottoms. Large prong, fast hitch, moldboard plow. This here plow I picked up from a very good friend of mine who lives here in North Carolina but often travels out of state to his home back up north there, and he picked this plow up for me and brought it back. But this plow here is going to go on the Farmall 300. It is a rigid beam plow, it's not a trip beam. It is, however, the cushion spring model. They have a breakaway model, and I'll show you a picture of the breakaway model. It's just a little different setup. But this here's what they call the cushion spring model. But yeah, this here is a like I say, 3-bottom 34 F30 moldboard plow. It has the coulters on it. I got the front coulter here, however I am missing the bracket that goes here, and I'll put a picture of that on there. If any of y'all have that and y'all would like to sell it. If not, I'll be finding one of those. It helps to have the front coulter. Everything on here, I've looked it over. Everything is in good shape. Nothing seems to be broke, bent, welded, rigged, taped together, wire tied, baling, twine, you name it. Any farmer fixes like that, so no problem farmer fixes. Just you don't want stuff held and welded on a plow. But it does have the gauge wheel attachment here. That will be a nice feature. I do have the tail wheel, which goes on the 2-bottom plow for the Super C, and I can switch those back and forth unless I find another one. But I'll be putting that on here. Like I say, that bar there looks like it got backed into something sometime and straightened back out. But coulters all turn. That might need a little more grease in it. It does move. Imagine it hasn't been used in a while, but this was sitting in the trash pile. It come off 400, I think, or something, 450 or something like that. But he happened to have one, and like I say, I was very appreciative of that. Landslides and all that look to be in pretty good shape. The mold boards here. Oh, this is the only problem, which I have a mold board for it, so that's no issue. It looks like it broke out there at some time. These are the old Plow Chief bottoms, and that's an expensive piece there if you got to replace it. So maybe I'll be in the I'm gonna wear these bottoms out here, and then in the meantime I'll be in the market or looking for some Super Chief bottoms to go on them and replace them with. So we'll have a little Super Chief bottoms are a lot easier to replace. You just got your share, your shin, and then your mold board, and then of course your landslide on the other side. But that landslide is pretty easy. All those parts you can get pretty easy now. But now Plowworks and a few other companies around have parts for them. Heavy duty Super Chiefs are the way to go if you're going to go out and plow right now. So being original, these would have been the regular Plow Chief bottoms, and like I say, there's just a lot more parts to them, and they're a little more pricey. But prongs are in good shape. Like I say, I've gone over the plow. I've looked through my book. I've got a parts book on it. I'll see if I can find me a manual. But like I say, this, and the reason I wanted this particular, I would love to have a 311, don't get me wrong, but I would this plow here, I'm glad I got this one, because this here, for the era of the plow, this here fits that 1955 Farmall 300 the best, because it's the rigid beam type plow. This was the early fast hitch plows before they come out with the trip beams. I think the trip beam stuff come out around the 350s, 450s, and 560s, and all them. That would have taken over by then. But these here, this here will match the tractor. It won't be too new of a plow, but so this will, and I may they're fairly easy to take apart and clean up. So what I'm gonna probably do is, if I find me some bottoms one day, like I say, I'll take that plow apart and restore it and kind of just keep it nice like it is. But I do have a plow now, to a mounted, this is a mounted plow, trailer plow, mounted plow, to go with my 1955 Farmall 300 with fast hitch. The good thing about this plow here is, well, the tractor, is it has that tilt cylinder in the front, so you'll be able to adjust on the go. You'll be able to adjust a lot easier with that hydraulic cylinder on the front there to tilt on the fast hitch. But I'm happy to get it. Like I say, need a little work here and there. Like I say, I got to find that bracket, but you can plow without them. I like to have coulters on my stuff if I can. And like I say, I got a tire for that, implement tire I'll put on there here eventually, where I can use that. And these, if I'm not mistaken, this is not, this bolt is not right. There's supposed to be a bolts down to adjust that on the, not on the go, but it makes it easier adjusting that. So maybe I'll see if I can get up with somebody to get that. But I got some pretty good sources to get my plow parts. Of course, Red Bibs Bill is the number one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, I've had this a little while. Some of the videos are kind of out of time. Like I just did the video on the trailer plow back there, and I've got to get it, which it's scheduled now. So, but the 34 F30, they had a F34 F20 version as well. Two bottom would have been fine. Like I said, when you go to plow days, you don't really want to be working your tractor like you're actually out there farming, but you don't want to be wearing it out, I guess you could say, would be the word to use. You want to be out there just playing with it. Like I said, look forward to going out there and plowing with it to the next plow day, maybe JT West's, or a couple we got coming up in the winter time in January and March. And so we got a couple plow days around the eastern part of North Carolina, and look forward to them. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll try to include some photos, archive photographs, and some of the photographs out of the manuals that I've got. So, but anyway, like I say, if you know that funny looking bracket that goes up there on the front coulter, let me know. And other than that, that's it. Thanks for watching.